I used to mentor people at work, and I loved that feeling of sharing something with them that made them feel like they could run through walls, like they could accomplish their wildest hopes and dreams, like they could take a leap of faith and go do something crazy in their life. Like I could just give them a little bit more courage, a little bit more confidence. And that's the thing that makes me the happiest. Um, I'm 44 now. I have been a DJ, I've been a pro gamer, I worked at Meta on Oculus and AR glasses and nonprofit fundraisers. I've done a ton of stuff in my life. And my latest leap is to move my family to Bali. I quit my job and I thought I would start making videos like this. I would start DJing again. I would start making music. So you are at the beginning of my journey here. We moved to Bali 5 months ago. I thought it was going to be easy. I thought, how hard can it be? You pack up all your stuff, you move there. I visited before. It's an amazing place. Oh my gosh, was I so wrong. It has been so hard. I guess that's why not everyone just packs up and moves across the world. I'm so happy that we did, and I'm so glad. It's like our kids see mind-blowing experiences on a day-to-day basis. They see a woman walking down the street carrying a set of bananas on her head, selling them to local markets. They see the butchers on the side of the street chopping up the chicken. They see people carrying crazy shit on the back of their motorbikes. It's been such an amazing experience, but for me it's been really hard. And the thing I wanted to talk about today is that as you move through life, you can take the safe road, the well-traveled road. You can work your 9-to-5 job, go to college, study hard, get a job, work your way up the corporate ladder. You can work in finance. You can work in many, what I would call like pretty safe industries. Or you can do something a little different. And I've always respected people who do things a little differently. I've, in my past, chosen careers that were not, I mean, my mom thought I was insane for dropping out of college to be a pro gamer. And I was pretty crazy. But it helped me meet so many people. It gave me so much confidence. It taught me so much about the world that I never would have learned sitting in that college classroom. And I created this video today not to just say, go do something crazy, but to share as someone who is in the middle of one of those crazy adventures, almost near the beginning, that there's a lot of ups and downs. You know, you see people on Instagram or on TikTok saying, I quit my job, I'm doing this crazy thing, I'm making millions of dollars. And my guess is to get there, they struggled a lot in ways they probably couldn't predict. For me, I knew that moving to Bali would challenge me to learn a new language, Bahasa Indonesian and eventually Balinese, which I'm still very early on. I knew it would challenge me to not have a salary and to become confident working with my wife, who is starting a business, to make money, go off on my own, to figure out what my job looks like going forward. I knew it would be hard to move all our stuff and move into a new house. I anticipated those things, and they were hard, but what I didn't anticipate was how hard the loneliness would hit me. I underestimated how much I would miss just having a glass of whiskey with my friend James in his garage, just going to a concert with some of my friends and dancing like crazy. And we've met amazing people here, but that loneliness, it hits so deep and so hard. I didn't understand how heavy it would feel. I also didn't anticipate how hard it would be to live here. I visited Bali twice before, once on a surf trip in 2018, which was amazing and life-changing. I was just coming out of a divorce. I wanted to solo travel because I'd never really done that. And I came here, I surfed some great waves. I became much better at surfing. I met people. I got a massage every day. I went to the gym. I lived this amazing experience, and I fell in love with this place. I came back in 2023 for a friend's wedding, and it's so different when you live here. You know, the day-to-day of just things like our water bill was going to get shut off because it wasn't paid when we moved in. And someone who doesn't speak English came and handed us a pink paper. He left. I then went and translated it. I had no idea where to go. Who do I talk to? How does the water system even work here? All things I took for granted back in America, in California, that are new challenges. And if I was just by myself, that would be one thing. But I think knowing that I have my family here, I feel very responsible for their safety, for their well-being. Just those little uncertainties. We still have some sort of rodent in our roof. It's been there for like 3 weeks. No one can get it out. No one knows what it is. Just as an example, those little uncertainties of moving here just like trigger me and like keep me on edge, and in a way that didn't happen to me back home. And I just didn't anticipate how tired I would be. I quit my job. I don't have a schedule anymore. I'm helping my wife with her business. I am working around the house and being the house manager or house husband. I'm taking care of our kids. But my days are pretty chill. Yet, come 11 p.m. or midnight, it's really hard to fall asleep. My mind is racing all evening. The kids are waking up in the middle of the night to go pee. They're not comfortable in the new house yet. Who knows what is banging around in our roof up there. Just all these things together have put me in a state of exhaustion that I didn't anticipate. And so my message to you, someone watching this and being like, what is this crazy guy talking about? Should I keep tuning in? Should I not? My message to you is go after your dream. Chase it. Take the leap. But know it's going to be fucking hard in ways you cannot predict. And that's part of the journey. I recently realized, as someone who strives to be happy all the time, upbeat, I'm like a perpetual glass half full optimist. I'm learning to appreciate that hardship and struggle, the lows in your life, make the highs higher. If you live a life where everything's great and you're happy and everything goes your way, and then something better happens to you, it's almost like a little bump. And you're like, okay, that was nice. When you take these crazy swings at life and it doesn't go the way you planned and shit gets hard and you're not sure if you're going to make it and your kid gets a parasite and gets sent to the hospital, you're like, holy shit, oh my God, what is happening? That establishes a new baseline of how you feel. And you're down here now. And it makes that next high feel so much higher because it wasn't coming from this already simple level, consistent level of happiness. There's a dip. And you felt things in that dip that you're not used to feeling, and you're uncomfortable, and you wonder, am I doing the right thing? Should I be here? You start to second guess everything about yourself. So I'm so happy we're here in Bali. I'm so happy we made this leap. I'm so happy I quit my job. I'm proud of my wife for starting her company. I'm proud of my kids for landing in a foreign country and learning the language and taking it in stride and being excited to go ride their freaking bike down the street next to all the scooters and motorbikes and not being afraid of that like I am. But damn, has it been a lot harder to move to paradise than I expected.